will continue to the 12th of Muharram, inshallah. We have got speaker from India, Hyderabad, Dr. Shaukat Mirza here, who will be reciting the Majalises right till 12th of Muharram. You are all kindly requested to be on time. The program starts exactly at 7:30 with Tilawat al-Quran, followed by Soz and Marthia, and then Namaz al-Maghribain by Jamaat, and followed by the lecture. Please spread the word across and tell the mu'mineen to be here on time so that they can benefit as much as possible from this azadari, inshallah. May I now request Dr. Shaukat Ali Mirza Sahab to please come and recite the lecture tonight. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, ta'azulan salawat.
صلوات بر محمد و آل محمد. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وهو القادر المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار الخالق البارئ المصور. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. الصلاة والسلام على النبي الأمي المكي المدني القرشي حبيب إله العالمين أشرف المرسلين خاتم النبيين رحمة للعالمين جد الحسن والحسين المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد أبي القاسم المحمد. الصلاة والسلام على وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يومنا هذا إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في الكتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد وقوله الحق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون وما تنفقوا من شيء فإن الله به عليم. صلوات بر محمد و آل محمد. Today is the third day, alhamdulillah, and we are trying to discuss about materialism versus Islamic ethos. And yesterday we said that materialism has an impact not only on the rich, but it also has an impact on the poor. And I can say that materialism has also have an impact on azadari. There was a time when, whether it is a majlis of 10 people or 100 people or 500 people, whatever is the gathering used to be in front of the zakir. He knows them at least by faces. He can communicate with them, understand them, mold the lecture according to the level of the audience. Today the impact is the audience is invisible because of the technological developments, social media, or the various electronic gadgets. I don't know how many people are listening to this majlis. They are able to see me, but I am not able to see them. It has a positive as well as a negative impact. The positive impact is it gives an access to so many people all around the world, from this side of this country to this side of the country, that without coming to the majlis they have the access to listen to the majlis. It's great. One cannot think of this possibility some 20 years back. For me, the disadvantage is I don't know to whom I'm talking to. I can see some faces in front of me, but I need to understand that there are enough number of people, maybe from different school of thought, maybe from different religion, maybe from different sect, might be having a different frequency as compared to what I have. They may not be able to understand my language, my accent, but I am helpless to help them. So I am trying myself, I am trying my best to satisfy the visible and the invisible audience. We started the discussion on materialism 2 days back, and we are continuing with that. There's a school of thought that this world is nothing. Whatever is there, the metaphysical or the akhirah or the world after. So most of the people in most of the religions, they get detached with this so-called materialistic world and get themselves prepared for the hereafter. One of the most common examples of Russell, who left Christianity because of this aspect. Some people believe that whatever it is this world. So no matter what you have to do, how much hard you have to work, you have to make sure that you must make this world comfortable for you. So they do everything in order to make their life comfortable. They don't believe in hereafter. If we study the Hinduism, they believe that the priest of the Hinduism should be so much detached with this world that he should beg in order to get his meal. Islam में भीख मांगना मना है. See the difference. One point we say that he should be so much detached. No, we have the training that رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنًا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنًا. We pray God Almighty Allah that, oh God, please give us one neki in this world and one neki hereafter. There has to be a balance between the two. If I have the food, double the need what I need, double the quantity that I need. What is that? Is it materialism or is it bounties of Almighty Allah on me that He has given me double the quantity of food that I need? If I have something more than what I need, it means that I have the food for somebody else under my control. When I have the surplus food and somebody is hungry, that means I am responsible for that hunger. That is Islam. The materialistic world always tend you to rush, race, go after every comfort, get every new thing better. I don't know how many, as compared to the number of dresses that we buy in a span of say 1 year time or 2 years time, and the number of mobile phones that we change, which one is more? Always there is a 10 that it encourages you to get newer things. This version, that version. You don't have the capacity to buy. The problem of materialism is, even if you don't have the capacity, they tend you to buy that. My house is on credit. The furniture inside the house is on credit. My children goes to college or university. I pay their fees on credit. Limit ho gayi. I go on vacation, that is on credit. Why? Because the materialistic people gets isolated in order to keep their own values. They say that if I do not do that, I will not be able to match myself with the other colleagues or with the other members of the society. Nobody will think that, why can't, if you don't have money to buy the car, can't you use public transportation? If I don't have money to go on vacation, can I now just go out to watch the nature? No. Materialistic people always encourage, as I told you yesterday, there is a pleasure center inside the brain. It always encourages you to get excited, and we get excited before we get the product, before we start using the product, start getting the pleasure to have the product with us. That is the problem. That is the biggest problem of materialism. We will never be satisfied with what we have. Nothing wrong. If I have the need, it is my duty to earn more. No individual, no family will be satisfied if the basic needs are not met. Yes, in order to satisfy with my basic needs, with the basic needs of a family, I have to work no matter what it may. Beyond that, I want to become rich. So what I do? I look at the richer person in the society and wanted me to reach there. Whereas Imam Ali used to look at the poorest of the society and used to match his life accordingly. That is the difference between what Imam Ali has given us a lesson and what we actually do in our day-to-day life. We pray God, we get wealthier. And what do? The more wealth we have, we believe that we have more options. We believe that the more the options we have, we will be more happier. The more the wealth we have, there is a big possibility that the more the sins we will do. I have seen many people, particularly for the first time when they go to Las Vegas. Who is the person who will not intend to go to casino? I heard many people, they say that, nothing wrong. I will go with the limited budget. I will not carry my wallet with me. I'll keep the wallet inside the car. I'll just keep few dollars, small money, and I'll play. Na'udhu billah, it means it was the mistake of God that He has given you that extra money, for which if you lose, there is no problem for you. And by chance, if I get more money, if I win the game, I'll be happy. That means again, na'udhu billah, it was the mistake of God that He has given you more wealth because of which you are playing gambling. We need to understand what is the need. We need to understand what is my super needs. There is a new term called minimalization. Try to live with the minimum possible things that you can. There is no harm to earn more. There is nothing wrong to earn more. Question is whether my needs are more important than me or my personality is more important than my needs. What is my need? I was addressing a majlis in Dubai. I think it was the month of Ramadan. And I was encouraging people to give something more, something more. So I said that it will be a very high rewarding thing if you can provide a dress to a needy, at least to a child. Majlis was well taken. At the end of the majlis, one brother Momin came to me and told me that, Maulana, you said at least give a dress to one child. At least to one child. I have 4 children. With very great difficulty, I could provide a new dress for my 4 children for the Eid of Ramadan. Now if you're asking me to give one dress to a needy child, how can I bear that? I asked him, instead of 4, if God would have given you 5 children, what will be your reaction to that? Will you make new dress to 4 children and leave behind 1? Or you will compromise to the extent that all children should get a same level of new dress? I am still not saying, as I told you yesterday, I am still not saying that you compromise with the dress of one of your child and give it as a charity to somebody else. No. At least if you start considering the community child as your child, then only you will have that attachment and affection that whatever you are doing for your children, you will also do for somebody else. Till the time you believe that this is my child and that is not my child, taking too far. Salvador Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I told you in yesterday's majlis that I hardly find charity in Quran. Wherever he talks about infaq, which is much more than charity. We pray to Almighty Allah, oh God, if you give me today, I don't have wealth, today I don't have money, today I don't have time. But I pray to Allah that if I get more money, if I get a better job, if I have more time, definitely I will spend that extra money for the community service. We have seen many people who were much better before they get more wealth than after they get the wealth. They were at least sacrificing, providing, giving something in their own position. When they get extra money, extra position, everything gets stopped. Why? The more the money you have, the more the wealth you have, there is a big possibility that the more the sins you will do. It is hadith. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, shaitan that enters into your house, along with the dirham, a shaitan also enters. Why? This is the desire. I have a car, I want to change. Why? Because the model got changed. I have a television, I want to have a new model. The desires never stop. So I work more. The more I work, Prophet says that with every extra dirham, there is a shaitan that enters to your house. Now, it happened in the life of Prophet Muhammad. Once a delegation came to Prophet, he offered some money. Oh Prophet, this is the money, and we want that you give it to your companions the way you want. No tax are attached. Payghambar completed his namaz, looked at the companions who were there in the masjid at the time. He distributed whosoever were there. There were few companions, and whatever money he had, he divided. Whatever it was, 100, 200, 500 dirhams, he divided among all the companions. People asked him, for what reason this money was given to them? He said, no reason. Can we spend the way we want? Yes, you can spend the way you want. Any attachments? Nothing. They were very happy. They were happy because of two reasons. They got something on behalf of Prophet. Two, they got some money for which there were no conditions fixed. They went home. Time passed. Days over. Weeks. One day it was very hot. Extremely hot. People were reluctant even to come to masjid for namaz al-Zuhr. But they knew that Prophet will be there, so out of compulsion they joined him. He completed the prayers, looked behind, said, you can go home. The rest, come along with me. They started noticing that to whom the Prophet has said, come along with me, they were the same people to whom few days back the Prophet has given some cash. They asked him what to do. Nothing. Just walk along with me. He came out of masjid. He started walking. On the roads of Medina, there were some trees, some buildings, some shade, some shadow. He crossed all these lanes and bylanes. It seems the roads were so hot that even after wearing the leather shoes, their foot were burning like anything. He came in front of a big hillock and stopped. They were not able to understand what the Prophet is going to do. He turned to the companions and said, on that day I gave you some money. The companions immediately responded, that day you said no reasons, no conditions, no tax. Yes, I know. I know that, no conditions, you were free to spend that money in the way you want. Then why did you call us today? Here is a hillock. Remove your shoes. Walk barefooted on that hill. And tell me, where have you spent that 100 dirhams that I gave you? I have not asked any conditions to spend. Now since you have spent, I just wanted to know where you have spent. We all spend some money every day. If I have to think what exactly I have spent 24 hours back, it takes some time for me to rethink. One by one, they started removing the shoes, going to the top of the hill, trying to think where exactly they have spent that 100 dirhams. So bad was condition that they started telling each other, it would have been much better if we did not receive that 100 dirhams that day. Everyone has gone home. It's such a hard day. We have to give the calculations where we have spent this money. Everyone was thinking Today, along with us, he has also brought Ali. Let's see how he will present his accounts. When everybody came down, now the last turn was of Imam Ali. They were ready, getting themselves ready to see that how Ali will stand on the third hillock and present his accounts. But the time they make themselves ready, Ali went to the hill, came down, he said only one word. Only one word. If I have to translate in Urdu or English, it may take maybe 3 words. He said one word in Arabic called anfaqtu. Maine infaq kiya. Meaning, before I reach home, I spend that money and give it to a needy person. Then the Prophet came forward. He said, "O my companions, today you are not able to spend time to recollect the accounts of 100 dirhams. On the day of Mahshar, you will be obliged to give the accounts of all your earnings. Today, only couple of weeks have passed and you are not able to think, and whatever time you have taken, you are thinking that it would have been much better if you would not have received that 100 dirhams. On the day of Mahshar, imagine the time from your life until your death, from the death until the Rosh Mahshar. That much time lapse will be there in order for you to rethink that where exactly you have spent your money. Oh my companions, why can't you be like my brother Ali कि एक लफ्ज में अपना अकाउंट इस तरीके से पेश कर दो कि दुनिया देखती रह जाएगी, बिजली की तरह वो तुम्हारा हिसाब भी पेश हो जाएगा, बिजली की तरह तुम जन्नत में दाखिल भी हो जाओगे. Salawat wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Anfaqtu. Only one word he said. Quran says, Man zal ladhi yuqridu Allah qarzan hasana fayudha'ifahu lahu adha'afan kathira. Is there anyone who can lend money to Allah? Is there anyone? See the wordings of the ayat. It is not starting with the word ayyuhal ladhina amanu. No, not for the Muslimin, not for the Mu'mineen. He said, Man walladhi, is there anyone? Is there anyone? For what? To lend money to Allah. Does it mean that Allah needs our money? No. Then why? Why is asking that? Is there anyone who can give money to Allah? He is answering that question in the same ayat. So that he can double your money. So that he can double your money. You give something to Allah, Allah is promising the same ayat that I'll make it double. Why? Maula answered. He said, look at your life. Min qillat zad wa tul tarikh. You have such a long distance to travel and you have nothing to carry with you for the long distance. So when you wanted to go from place A to place B, you wanted to make sure that before you reach to place B, there should be all comforts available to you. That is the reason God is asking you, is there anyone who can lend money to Allah so that he can keep that thing reward ready for you when you reach the destination B? Today, when we travel from one city to another city, it is our vision will that we should get the same comforts what we have in my own town, own city, own home. In order to do that, we transfer the funds so that somebody should take the charge to make my comfort ready before I reach there. To whom you will give your funds? To somebody to whom you trust. Here God is saying, can you give me? Is there anyone more than God to be trusted? And when he said, I will double that, in spite of that, the Prophet was not happy. He requested Almighty Allah, oh God, Zid li ummati, please increase something more for my ummah. उधर से आयत आई, मसलुल लज़ीना युनफ़िक़ूना अम्वालहुम फ़ी सबीलिल्लाहि कमसली हब्बतिन अम्बतत सबआ सनाबिला फ़ी कुल्लि सुंबुलतिन मिअतुन हब्बा वल्लाहु युज़ाइफ़ु लिमन यशा वल्लाहु वासिउन अलीम। मिसाल है उन लोगों की जो अपने माल को अल्लाह की राह में खर्च करते हैं उस दाने से। इट इज एग्जाम्पल ऑफ दैट ग्रेन, इफ यू सो ओनली वन ग्रेन, लेकिन वो एक दाने से 7 बालियां होगी, हर बाली में 100 दाने थे। दैट मीन्स आपने एक बीज बोया था, उस एक बीज से 700 दाने निकले, उस पर भी इक्तिफा नहीं होता। कुरान फिर कहता है वल्लाहु युज़ाइफ़ु लिमन यशा, खुदा जिसके लिए चाहता है और इजाफा कर देता है। तो क्या खुदा बयास है? दैट ही वांट्स टू इंक्रीज फॉर whomsoever they want? No. जिस तरीके से जमीन के एतबार से, हवा के एतबार से, मौसम के एतबार से आपके एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट में इजाफा होता है, उसी तरीके से आपका दर्जे खुलूस के एतबार से, अकीदे के एतबार से, कमाल के एतबार से, वक्त के एतबार से आपके आमाल में इजाफा होता है। फजर की 2 रकत नमाज इंसान पढ़ता है, घर में पढ़ूं तो और बात है, मस्जिद में जाकर पढ़ लूं तो और बात है, काबे में जाकर पढ़ लूं तो और बात है, रोजा इमाम हुसैन पर जाकर पढ़ूं तो और बात है, मौसम गर्मा में पढ़ूं तो और बात है, मौसम सरमा में ठंडे पानी से वजू करके पढ़ूं तो और बात है। मालूम हुआ नमाज वही थी, रकत 2 बाकी थे, मगर जैसे जैसे मकाम बदलता गया, मौसम बदलता गया, मेरे खुलूस में इजाफा होता गया, उसमें बुलंदियों में इजाफा करता गया। रोजा रोजा है, but there is a big difference between those people who fast for 9 hours and who fast for maybe 18 hours, 19 hours, sometimes 20 hours. रोजा रोजा है. You will not be able to feel the difference between the day and night temperature. But look at those countries where the day temperature goes to 49, 50 degrees. We have witnessed, particularly in UAE, in the Middle East, in summer the temperature goes beyond 50 degrees. Think of those laborers who are working outside. The gardeners, the construction workers, they were fasting. Maybe you are lucky. Even the outside temperature might be 15, 18, 20 degrees. Even the length of the rosa is very long here. But still the temperature makes the difference. अब अगर कोई बीज बोएगा तो 700 times मिलेगा, और अगर किसी ने बीज ही नहीं बोया है, I don't know if that slogan has come to Europe, what we heard in India, Pakistan, कब्र के ऊपर कुछ भी कर लो, कब्र के अंदर अली अली. You are smiling. For me it is a serious problem, because there are enough number of people who have faith in that slogan. This is the example that God is asking you to sow one seed so that he can multiply. Multiplication will take place only when there is at least one. बगैर वो multiply किससे करेगा वो? Without sowing the seed, with what he will multiply? And unless you realize that God has given these bounties, then only you will thank him. Thank karna is one step further. Unless you realize that I have achieved something, then only you will thank. Materialism will never make you satisfied at all. When you are not satisfied for what you have, where is the question of thanking Almighty? And he said, the more you thank, the more I will give you. See the difference. The materialism demands that you grab whatever you get from wherever you have. Whereas Islam says if you thank Allah, Allah is promising that he will give you more. But I will thank only when I am satisfied. The cycle goes. Materialism will never make me satisfied. He always wants that I should get more. If I get something extra, extra more. We will never be satisfied on a single day with materialism. And he says that if you thank Allah, when will I thank Allah? When I feel that yes, I am satisfied. And it's not easy to reach that state to even thank Almighty Allah. Thanking God does not mean shukran lillah, shukran lillah. No. Your heart should realize that yes, I should thank Almighty for the benefit, for the bounties that He has showered on me. We become very stingy even to thank. Why? Because I believe that if I have something, for example, if I earn something more, people ask, how did you earn? It is because of me. Why because of me? I worked with my hand. I went to the work. I applied my knowledge. I applied my wisdom. It is my capacity of brain, thinking abilities. Oh, you went on your foot? Yes. So it is your foot? From where did you buy this foot? You got more money because you worked with your hands. Is it your hand? Who gave you this hand? You apply your brain so you got more money. Who gave you that brain? From which market you have purchased this brain? That means first you have to realize that nothing belongs to me. When this total body belongs to Allah, it is like a amanat He has given to me to use. I should get that feeling first. After that, when I receive the bounties, then I have to think I should thank Allah. Hazrat Sulaiman got Nabuwwat as well as Hukumat. And we all know that the way he got the Hukumat, he got the power of listening and speaking to every living being. Insects, animals, jinn, insan. Think of his pleasure. That he is at the peak of his pleasure, that he, as if he got everything. He used to control even the climate. Hawaon par hukumat hai. If he wants to pass an order, he can tell to the air, and the air, wherever it passes, it carries his order. The thought came to his mind, Allah's greatness that He has given me so much of power and controls. What should I do? I should thank Him. One day he prayed Almighty Allah. He said, Oh Allah, you have given me so much of ni'mat that I want to thank you. Allah asked him, how do you want to thank me? He said, I want to thank you by providing one meal to all your living beings. He said, Oh Sulaiman, if you want to listen to me, it is not a good idea that you can thank all the living beings. Better to drop the idea. He said, you have given me the power to control the insects, the animals, the jinn, the insan. Hawaon par hukumat hai. Har chipani par hukumat hai. And why I will not be able to provide one meal to your living beings? Just to thank you. One meal. One meal. Okay, proceed. He got the sanction. He ordered the jinns to make sure that make the arrangements for all the living beings. There was a big problem. How can a fish come to the sand, and how can the people who can stand on sand can go to water? So where should they win? How can he invite all the makhlooq-e-khuda at one place? So they decided that it should be at the shore. One side it is land, one side it is water. All the waterborne animals will come on this side. All the people, animals, insects who can move on the land will be on one side. He ordered all the jinns, make sure that whatever be the makhlooq of Allah on this earth and water, they should keep the meal ready for each and every type of animal, and the insect and the bird and the insan and the jinn. Every one bird. How to inform to everybody? हवाओं को हुक्म दिया कि तुम्हारा गुजर जहां जहां से हो रहा है, inform everyone that Sulaiman, the Nabi of Allah, has invited you for a meal on so and so day and so and so time. He is standing at the shore. One side is land, one side is water. He wanted to make sure that all arrangements are ready, everything has been done. He is waiting for the precise minute to announce that now he can start the meals. Right? The way we have dinner in the wedding invitations. They invite us Baad Maghrib, and you are lucky if you can get the dinner by 11 o'clock. And if the child cries, somebody will make a comment, घर से खाकर क्यों नहीं आते? They are invited for dinner, they expect that the dinner will be served late, and so they expect that somebody should serve meal at home, then come to the party. Similar thing happened. When everybody was getting ready and the Prophet Sulaiman was ready to announce, before he could announce, one fish protruded his mouth out of the water and said, "Oh Sulaiman, bhook lag rahi hai." He said, "Wait, you are not the alone. When we serve meals to everyone, you will also get the meal." The fish started going back. She made a statement. रोज अल्लाह खिलाता था, आज इन्होंने एक वक्त के लिए बुलाया और खाना नहीं दिया, मांगने पर भी नहीं दिया, जबकि रोज अल्लाह बगैर मांगे मुझे देता था. Suleiman heard the sentence. He felt very bad. He asked that fish to stop and asked one jinn to serve the meal to that particular fish. He took one tokra and put small fishes in front of the big fish as his meal. She ate everything. The jinn put the second tokra. She ate everything. The jinn went to bring the third time. Suleiman said, "Oh fish, if you alone eat this much, how can I serve the other fishes?" The fish again responded, खुदा रोज खिलाता था, एक दिन भी नहीं पूछा कि कितना खाएगी, तुमने एक वक्त खाने पर बुलाया था और मुझसे पूछते हो कि कितना खाएगी. सुलेमान ने अपने सर को बारगाह माबूद में झुका दिया, कहा परवरदिगार तूने सच कहा था, मैं तेरे मखलूक को एक वक्त का खाना भी तेरे शुक्रिया के तौर पर नहीं खिला सकता. See the importance? So there has to be a sense of realization that Allah has given me this bounty. And once I have that feeling, the second question comes, how to thank Him for that bounty. I think my time has come to the limit. Today is 3rd Muharram. And people who have listened to the first Zakir, he recited the Marsiya on Hazrat Hur. Yesterday I narrated that it was the last station before Imam reaches Karbala. It was the Manzil-e-Sharaf, जहां पर हुर के लश्कर की इमाम हुसैन के साथ मुलाकात हुई थी. Imam reached Karbala on the 2nd of Muharram, और हुर उसी करबला में दूसरे रास्ते से दरिया इफ्रात तक पहुंचता है. From that date onwards, day by day, Ibn Ziyad sitting in Kufa started sending lashkar after lashkar, battalion after battalion, to the extent that by 9th of Muharram, 30,000, that is the minimum number, 30,000 soldiers were there in the battle of Karbala to fight against Imam Hussain. On the night of 9th Muharram, Hur went to Umar Saad and asked him really think that tomorrow there will be a battle? He said, yes, there will be a war. Think of Hazrat Al-Noor. He was not an ordinary man. He was the commander of 1,000 soldiers. A person like her was not able to understand at least 6 hours before the commencement of war that there will be a war on the morning of 10th of Muharram. Then he asked the second question. So if there is a war, you think that you will kill Imam Hussain? Umar Saad replied, if there is a need, yes, we will kill Imam Hussain. Who returned to his tent. Few hours passed. It was the time of Namaz Fajr. Son of Hur made a comment that, oh father, I noted that you have not slept throughout the night. I also noted that کہ آپ نے رات کو کھانا نہیں کھایا ہے اور رات بھر آپ خیمے میں ٹہلتے رہے. پریشانی کیا ہے؟ ہمارے ساتھ تو 30,000 کا لشکر ہے اور سامنے پتہ نہیں گنتی کے لوگ ہیں. تھوڑی دیر میں تمام کا تمام لشکر ختم ہو جائے گا. حر نے جواب دیا کہ میرے لال، تیرا باپ رات بھر اس لیے نہیں سویا کہ وہ جنت اور دوزخ کے درمیان فیصلہ کر رہا تھا. حر کا بیٹا پریشان ہو گیا کہ بابا جنت کدھر ہے، دوزخ کدھر ہے؟ کہ ہم جس مقام پر کھڑے ہوئے ہیں یہ دوزخ ہے. خیام حسینی کی طرف اشارہ کر کے حر نے بتایا کہ میرے لال جنت ادھر ہے. بیٹے نے کہا کہ بابا پھر جنت کو دیکھتے ہوئے ہم دوزخ میں کھڑے رہے. کہ اسی لیے صبح کا انتظار کر رہا تھا. بیٹے کو ساتھ لیا، غلام کو ساتھ لیا، بھائی ساتھ ہوا. 4 آدمی کا چھوٹا سا قافلہ لشکر یزید سے نکل کر خیام امام حسین کی طرف بڑھنے لگا. ایک مرتبہ حر نے اپنے قدم روک لیے. بیٹے نے پوچھا کہ بابا حق کی طرف بڑھتے ہوئے قدم روکے کیوں؟ کہا میرے لال مجھے خیال یہ آ رہا ہے کہ میں نے اپنے ہاتھوں سے لجام فرس حسین پر ہاتھ رکھا تھا اور آج گناہگار بن کر حسین کے خیام کی طرف آگے جا رہا ہوں. کیسے جاؤں؟ کہ بابا پھر کیا کیا جائے؟ کہ میرے ہاتھوں کو رسی سے باندھ دے. آگے بڑھا. حر نے اپنے قدموں کو پھر روک لیا. کہا بابا آپ کیوں رک گئے؟ کہ بیٹا میرے کانوں میں کچھ آواز آ رہی ہے، ذرا سن کر بتا کہ یہ کس کی آواز ہے. بیٹے نے کہا کہ بابا ایسے محسوس ہوتا ہے کہ جیسے اطفال حسین پیاسے ہیں اور پیاس کی شدت سے وہ پکارتے جا رہے ہیں، العطش العطش. کامل لال حسین نے ہمارے لشکر کے سپاہیوں کے ساتھ ساتھ جانوروں کو تک پانی پلایا تھا اور آج حسین کے بچے پیاس کی شدت سے العطش پکار رہے ہیں. کہا بابا پھر کیا کیا جائے؟ کہا ہمت نہیں ہوتی کہ حسین سے ملاقات کرے، اس لیے میرے چہرے پر نقاب ڈال دے. چہرے پر نقاب ڈالا ہوا، ہاتھوں کو رسی سے بندھایا ہوا اور آگے بڑھتا جا رہا تھا. عرب کا طریقہ تھا کہ جب کبھی کوئی ایسی چیز نظر آئے جو انسان کو حیرت میں ڈال دے تو وہ بآواز بلند تکبیر کہتے تھے. ایک مرتبہ بیٹے نے بآواز بلند تکبیر کہا. جیسے ہی بیٹے کی آواز گونجی اللہ اکبر، باپ نے پوچھا میرے لال کیا دیکھا؟ کہا بابا اصحاب حسین آپ کے استقبال کے لیے مرحبا مرحبا کہتے ہوئے آ رہے ہیں. اور آگے بڑھا. ایک مرتبہ بیٹے نے دوبارہ کہا اللہ اکبر. باپ نے پوچھا میرے لال اب کیا نظر آیا؟ کہا بابا قمر بنی ہاشم ابوالفضل العباس آپ کے استقبال کے لیے آ رہے ہیں. اور آگے بڑھتا گیا. ایک مرتبہ بیٹے نے پھر کہا اللہ اکبر. اور نے پوچھا میرے لال اب کیا نظر آیا؟ کہا بابا اب عبداللہ الحسین نواسہ رسول آپ کے استقبال کے لیے آ رہا ہے. کہا میرے لال اگر آقا قریب آ جائیں مجھے بتا دے، چہرے سے نظر نہیں آتا، اپنا سر حسین کے قدموں پر رکھوں گا. کہا بابا حسین تو آپ کے سامنے کھڑے ہوئے ہیں. اور نے اپنے سر کو حسین کے قدموں پر رکھا. حسین نے سر کو اٹھایا، سینے سے لگایا. کہا حسین شرمندہ ہے، تو ایسے وقت ہمارے پاس آیا ہے کہ ہمارے پاس پینے کے لیے پانی بھی نہیں ہے. کہا مولا سب سے پہلے زیادتی میں نے کی ہے، میں چاہتا ہوں کہ پہلے میرا گناہ معاف ہو جائے. حمام نے جواب دیا اور تجھے میں نے معاف کیا، میرے خدا نے معاف کیا. کہا مولا جب میرا گناہ معاف ہو گیا اجازت دیجئے کہ میدان میں جاؤں. اجازت ملی تو مگر ہر میدان میں نہیں گیا. لوٹ کر واپس آیا. کہا مولا چاہتا ہوں کہ میری زندگی میں میرے بیٹے کو لڑنے کی اجازت مل جائے. حسین نے ہور کے بیٹے کو اجازت دی. ہور ایک جوان آدمی ہے، جوان بیٹا رکھتا ہے، اپنے ہاتھوں سے رخصت کیا. ہور کا بیٹا میدان جنگ میں آیا. کچھ دیر کی رد و بدل ہوئی. ایک مرتبہ میدان سے آواز آئی یا ابتا علیکا منی السلام، اے بابا میرا آخری سلام قبول کیجئے. جیسے ہی ہور کے بیٹے کی آواز ہور کے کانوں میں پہنچی، ایک مرتبہ بے ساختہ ہور گھوڑے پر سوار ہوئے، دونوں ہاتھوں سے تلوار چلاتے ہوئے میدان جنگ میں پہنچ گئے. نظر نہیں آنے لگا، بار بار پکارنے لگے کہ بیٹا کدھر ہے، پھر سے پکار، باپ تیرے ملاقات کے لیے آ گیا ہے. ایک گوشے سے آواز آئی ہور الیہ الیہ. ہور نے مڑ کر دیکھا تو ہور کے بیٹے کی لاشے پر حسین بیٹھے ہوئے تھے. اپنے بیٹے کی موت کو ہور بھول گئے. ایک مرتبہ گھوڑے سے جس لگا کے زمین پر آ گئے، حسین کے قدموں پر سر رکھ دیا. کہا مولا غلام کے لیے آپ نے اتنی بڑی زحمت کی ہے، میرے بیٹے نے مجھے پکارا تھا، میں اس کی آواز پر حاضر ہو جاتا. رونے والا حسین کا جواب سن لو، رونے کے لیے زندگی ناکافی ہوگی. حسین نے جواب دیا میں کیسے نہیں آتا، اس لیے کہ لاشا جوان بیٹے کا تھا. تو ضعیف باپ ہے، ضعیف باپ جوان کا لاشا نہیں دیکھ سکتا. ہاتھوں کو جوڑ کر کہوں گا اے حسین، عاشور کی صبح اور سے تو بیان کیا کہ ضعیف باپ جوان بیٹے کا لاشا نہیں اٹھا سکتا، مگر ہائے حرمت حسین. جب علی اکبر نے آواز دی، کون تھا جو لاش علی اکبر پر پہنچتا؟ وہی 57 برس کا باپ، جوان بیٹے کا لاشا. مصیبت عظمیٰ یہ نظر آئی کہ ہر کے بیٹے کے لاشے پر قبل اس کے کہ ہر پہنچے حسین پہنچے، لاش علی اکبر پر قبل اس کے کہ حسین پہنچے. حسین کے پہلے زینب موجود تھی، فریاد کرنے لگی ماں جائے، جوان کا لاشا ہے. ضعیف باپ جوان کا لاشا نہیں اٹھا. سَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنقَلِبٍ يَنقَلِبُونَ أَلَا لَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا هَذَا الْبَيَانَ. ماتم حسین.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے
نہ مل پائے گا
پیاسوں کو خبر دو کہ نہ اب آئے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے
نہ مل پائے گا
شیر بولے میرے قوت دل شیر برادر، کیا مجھ کو خبر تھی کہ میں دیکھوں گا یہ منظر، کہ اپنے ہی ماتم میں ترلوائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ
سے نہ مل پائے گا
یہ باد خزاں میرا چمن لوٹ گئی ہے، بھیا تیرے جانے سے کمر ٹوٹ گئی ہے، اب ہم سے جوالا شاہ نہ اٹھ پائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا، اب اپنی
سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا
جو تم پہ ستم ٹوٹے کہاں اس کا پتہ تھا، یہ جانتا تو جانے نہیں دیتا ہے بھیا، پانی کے لیے بازو بھی کٹوائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا،
اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا
وہ تیرے سہارے پہ وطن چھوڑ کے آئی، کیسے تیرے مرنے کی خبر دور سے بھائی، یہ درد نہ زینب سے سہا جائے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا،
اب اپنی سکینہ سے نہ مل پائے گا
بے دینوں کے دربار میں زندان بلا میں اور قید بنے شام کے بازار جفا میں، ہر گام پہ زینب کو تو یاد آئے گا باس، اب اپنی سکینہ سے
نہ مل پائے گا اب اپنی سکینہ سے न मिल पाएगा पास।
तुम इंसानी है दे हो तुम्हें रोके कोई क्या, भेजा था यही सोच के बच्चों ने भैया, मशकीज़े में दरिया को उठा लाएगा बास। अब अपनी सकीना से न मिल
पाएगा पास। अब अपनी सकीना से न मिल पाएगा।
वो लिखेंगे जो लिखवाएगा पास। अब अपनी सकीना से न मिल पाएगा बास।
अब अपनी सकीना से न मिल पाएगा पास।
घबरा खबर आई है ज़ैनब,
आया है मदीना। घबराई है ज़ैनब, आया है मदीना।
सब कुछ तो लुटाई परदेस में ज़ैनब, मज़लूमा मुसाफिर क्या जी के करे अब, दिल भाई के अब तो दुश्वार है जीना। घबराई है ज़ैनब, आया है मदीना। घबराई है ज़ैनब, आया है मदीना। लबरेज़ है गम से हर बीबी का सीना। घबराई है ज़ैनब, आया है मदीना। घबराई है ज़ैनब, आया है मदीना। السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين وسيد الوصيين إمام المتقين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى، السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين، خصوصا سيدي ومولاي أبا الفضل العباس وأختيك زينب وأم كلثوم وبنتك سكينة، السلام عليكم يا شهداء كربلاء جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته، السلام عليكم يا 9 المعصومين من ذرية الحسين، علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن